This is an overview of Blackboard to tell you where things are located and how you can use the things in Blackboard. When you open Blackboard, you will see the announcements. I use the announcements page to remind you of things or to notify you of changes. The most recent announcement is always at the top, so you may have to scroll down to see if you have missed older announcements. I recommend that you check into Blackboard regularly to see if there are any changes. The next thing I want to talk about are the buttons located to your left. I've already mentioned the announcements. You'll see that automatically. The next button is the syllabus. You click on that and you have access to your syllabus. This is a file version of the syllabus. You click on that, click OK, and you have the syllabus. This gives you course policies, grading procedure, and most importantly, the assignments. I'm going to scroll down quickly and you will see a list of weekly assignments. This is the week's date and what's due that week. Week 2, Week 3, so forth. I give you the essay due dates and I give you the journal due dates as well as the discussion boards. Going back to the syllabus button, this is a cut and paste version of the syllabus. If you can't open the first document, everybody should be able to open this. Click on the title, and here's another version of the syllabus. So it's the same thing, you just have it in two different versions. The next button is faculty information. This is information about me, where my office is located, and office hours. The assignments button. This is where you will post your essays and your journals. Essay 1, 2, 3, 4. Scroll down, journal 1, 2, 3. To post an assignment, for example the essay, you click on the title, go down to Browse My Computer, you click on that button, and you will find your document, your essay, either on your desktop, your laptop, or your flash drive. Find the file, click on the file, and then click Submit. So really 3 steps. Click on Assignments, click on the assignment that is due, Essay 1, Essay 2, 3, or Journal 1, 2, 3. Click on Browse My Computer, find your file, and then click Submit. Make sure you have labeled your file by your last name and your first name, Essay 1, last name, first name, Essay 2, so forth. It's important that I have your last name and first name because that's the way they're filed and that's the way I download them when I get ready to grade them. Try to do this only once. If your essay doesn't look exactly right, don't worry about it. If you followed the steps, it's going to be in the grade book. Click on Assignments, click on the title, whatever is due, Browse My Computer, Submit. Essay 2, do the same thing, Essay 3, Essay 4, Journal 1, 2, 3. The next button is Course Documents. I have provided here a number of handouts to help you with the course. If you click on Instructions for Course Documents, I tell you some things to be mindful of. Here's a PowerPoint. Click on the title. It's a Welcome to English 112, where I give you an overview of the course. You have to be careful with the PowerPoints because they did not load exactly the way I wanted them to when I loaded them. You'll see the welcome screen, and I say in my instructions, click Enter to go to the next slide. Do not do that. Click on the slide to your left to go to the next screen. You can click on the icon, that's fine, but to go to the next screen, click over here. Go to slide 3, 4, 5, so forth, all the way to the end. So to find handouts, click on Course Documents, and then you will have the handouts listed. And I'll tell you in the parentheses what to do. Click on Title, or for example, click on Watch Video. Here's the objectives of the course, English 112 objectives. If you haven't taken English 111 for a while, you can click on this for a PowerPoint of where I review English 111 terms. This tells you about the essays for the semester, how to choose a topic, stages of the writing process, how to write a claim or thesis, the pro-con checklist, which helps you determine whether a document or a topic is arguable. Here is a rubric that I use to score your essays, and I attach that to the end of your document. This is the grammar and the grid I'll use. Here's a warning about the topics for essays 1 and 2. So there are a host of handouts here that help you with every aspect of the course and go into great detail for what I'm looking for. And there are samples of the journal 1, 2, and 3. And then I give you a number of former student essays. So if other things are confusing, you can look at examples of essays that were successful. Also, if you scroll down to this big yellow bar, all of the documents at the top of the page I have repeated in PDF format. So if for some reason you cannot open a document, you can go down to the PDFs. They're the same handouts, they're just repeated. If I go back to my buttons, discussion boards. There are various discussion boards throughout the semester. The syllabus tells you what discussion board is due when. If you have a question about class and you think other people have the same question, you can click here, click on Create Thread, and type your question, and I'll answer it as soon as possible. Going back to the discussion board, you have to write an introduction to class, and I want you to answer these questions. Click on Introduction, create thread, write your name, and then write your introduction. I want you to include an image or a photo. If you don't want to include a photo, that's fine, but you have to include an image. So if you want to find an image and you have it on your computer, browse my computer, then click Submit. Going back to the discussion board, you'll have to list your topics here for Essay 1. There's an outline that I want you to follow, and I've given you an example here, and I've given you an example here of a video that explains what I want you to do in the outline. To post your outline, which will have to be attached, click Thread, Create Thread. Make sure you have read what I'm looking for. You can you can put your name or outline attached, and rather than typing your outline here, click on Browse My Computer. Back to discussion boards. You have to post your essay for peer review. Click on the title, create thread. Make sure you've read my instructions for peer review. You can type in your name. Do not type your essay in the message board, but rather browse my computer and attach it as a Word document. Click Submit. One other note, when you respond to someone, let's say you're going to respond to someone in the introduction. Here's my introduction. You click on my name to read my introduction, and if you want to respond to me, you don't have to in the introduction, click Quote. For example, in the peer review, you have to respond to others. Click on their name in the threads, read their essay, then click Quote to write your response. In the outlines for your topics, if you respond to me after I have read your outline, click Quote. Don't add a new thread. to add a new outline. So to post a thread, create thread. To respond to a thread, click on the thread and then click quote. Web links. This is where you will find your textbook. The first 20 links make up your textbook. For Journal 1, you will read the first 10 links. You'll go down to here. Here are some instructions about the textbook. Go back to web links. You click on the title. You read the page. Take notes as you read. Write a summary, then write a reaction. Go to the next. Watch this video. Write down the parts of the essay that Sean McLeod mentions. Summarize them. Write a reaction. Go to the next link. Number 3. Read the page. Take notes. Write a summary. Write a reaction. Go to the next link. Read the page, take notes, write a reaction. You do that for every link. You write a summary of the link and then write a reaction. And you do that until you get to number 10. You save that as a Word document, then go to Assignments, find Journal 1, and post it. For Journal 2, you read the links 11 through 20, write summaries for each one, write a reaction to each one, save it as a Word document, post it in Assignments. The journal should be about 5 pages. It can be longer, but the purpose of it is for you to know something about argumentation and you can summarize those ideas. It's much better than giving you a test or a quiz. And the remaining buttons, Blackboard IM, My Grades, Tools, Technical Help, Sales, are fairly self-explanatory. You'll need My Grades to find out your grades. And if you want to send email to me or to the class, you can click on Tools. But the most important buttons are the syllabus, the assignments, the course documents, the discussion board, and the web links. If you have questions, if you want me to clarify something, you can send me an email, but I've tried to give a detailed video to avoid a lot of questions and so that you can work independently. I hope you have a great semester. Good luck.